Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to this channel. If you're new here, my name's Maggie. I typically post recipes and plant-related videos. So if that is something you're interested, just keep on watching. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how I take care of my houseplants. So everything from maintenance, from watering to pruning the leaves, changing out soil, repotting some plants into bigger pots, looking out for pests and such like that. So if you want to keep on watching, then you are more than welcome to do so. And without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and fill up my watering can and get started. So first I want to share with you guys some of the tools that I use inside the house. It's very simple, but I figured why not just share them. So the very first thing that I use is some paper towels. And I typically use a 1 paper towel sheet per plant. And I don't use the same towel on other plants because in case that there's any fungus or bacteria, pests or anything, I don't transfer it from one plant to another. So paper towels is a staple for me. I also use a little spritz. So typically I go around every morning or just about every single morning and then spritz my plants. A watering can, it just makes things so much easier. I used to use a mason jar, but then I kind of updated to a cute little gold watering can and I really like it. Scissors, these are not actual pruning scissors, they are kitchen scissors, but it seems the only thing that I actually use them is for my plants. So scissors I highly recommend. And my recent purchase is this watering moisture meter. So basically you just dip it in the soil and it's going to tell you whether it's dry, moist, or wet, and just kind of use that as a dictator whether you should water your plant or maybe hold off on it, especially in the winter months like right now when they don't really need to be watered a lot. But here is my Hoya bovata. It is one of my favorite Hoyas for sure. It's actually currently growing at this time, so it's really lovely. But I'm gonna go ahead and I usually just wet my paper towel first and then go ahead and just wet my leaves, and I wipe down the top of the leaf and the back of the leaf because you just don't want to miss anything. And that is my first step of taking care of my houseplants. This right here is one of my lovely micans. I really wanted a larger pot of micans, but I can't really come by a larger pot. All I was able to find were some 2-inch pots, so I just planted 4 of 2-inch pots into this 5-inch nursery pot, and then I just have it in a decor pot. But I'm going to go ahead and test its soil and see how we are currently doing. So as you guys could kind of see, there is the moisture meter, and it is currently more on the drier side. So I am going to give it just a little bit of a drink, not much. I typically in the winter like to give them a smaller watering. I like to keep my grow lights on throughout the day, so that might be anywhere from 10 to 12 hours, and that is 7 times a week. I like to think that my plants actually thrive because of the grow lights, but whether that's true or not, who knows. But some days when I don't want to use my moisture meter, I will just go ahead and take my plants and quickly scan the leaves, especially if it's like something like this where it only has 5 leaves. It's really easy just to go ahead and check through the leaves quickly to make sure there is no pests, anything like that, and then just give it a quick drink. So I kind of really enjoy doing that because it doesn't really require a lot of time and patience for your plants. And then I simply put it back on the shelf where it belongs. And yeah, and then over here I actually just got this string of turtles from a new friend here I can't remember her actual Instagram name, but her name in real life is Ashley. And so I got this string of turtles from her and I just planted it. She had it sitting in water since August. So I'm not going to give a drink or anything like that, but I just wanted to mention it, that I got this from her. And I will go ahead at this time and just continue to water. And then if there's anything that I want to tell you guys about a specific plant or anything like that, a specific requirement, I'll let you guys know. But for now, I'll just go ahead and continue the process. Oh, but I do want to show you this, guys. I actually got this Monstera Sandliana. I believe that's how you say it. I'm not quite sure. But I purchased this. Ooh, no. Okay, I hope that's not root rot. But I purchased this from another girl off Instagram, and it is quite lovely. I do feel like it needs a little bit of TLC. Originally it came in some leca, but I really didn't like it in the leca. I just felt like it was very stinky and smelled like fish. So I actually transferred it into this water because it didn't have that many roots. So I am just propagating it currently in water, but it is definitely lovely. So I want to shed a little bit of a light on some plants that we typically neglect because they're just out of our reach, hard to get to, hard to water. They're perhaps hanging from a ceiling, over a staircase, or in a corner that is just hard to reach. For me, it's this variegated wax ivy, and when I got it, I decided it would be a perfect idea to put it in this corner and let it trail along the wall. However, since I got it, I haven't actually touched it. So I haven't repotted it, I haven't wiped down the leaves, and that is only one of my plants that I actually never get to. I water it, but even the water doesn't actually get absorbed by the actual plants because I hear the water hitting the bottom of the decor pot. So today I figured that it would be the perfect opportunity to go ahead, take it down, bring it down, and just check for pests, maybe repot it, and see exactly what is going up there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on that now. So this actual ivy has been sitting up there for the past 2 months. I think I got it like 2 months ago, and since then I haven't touched it. And that's kind of really rare for me because I love to be able to touch my plants, see how they're doing overall. And I'm afraid to say that I see a few webs here. So I am hopeful that it is not going to actually be, holy moly. Oh my goodness. When I told you guys earlier that the plant isn't actually absorbing water and it's constantly just like dripping all the way to the bottom, and I hear it because, you know, the cash po, there is so much water in here that is kind of insane. But anyways, I do see some spider webs, so I'm hoping that it's not actually going to be spider mites. So fingers crossed, but I'm gonna go ahead, snip some of these. What is that? Ew, what is that? Okay, I think this plant actually needs a lot of TLC. I'm gonna go ahead and snip a lot of the leaves off, especially some of the leaves that don't have any variegation on them. I'm gonna go ahead and snip those off and just see where we end up after I take care of this guy. Now I feel pretty awful. I'm now going to actually debate whether I should put it in another spot where I'm going to have easier access to it. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So since I'm unsure as to what I am actually dealing here with, although I only seen cobwebs and nothing else, at one point I thought I seen some mealybugs, but what I actually think it was this perlite. Either way, I'm just gonna go ahead and take extra measures and just make it safe than sorry. And I'm gonna go ahead to take the soil out. Oh, see I mean, it is a little bit root bound. It's not the worst. So I was just debating about putting it in another 6-inch pot. But in that case, I think I'm gonna put it in this 6-inch pot, but it's actually deeper. So I think I'm gonna do that. And it's definitely gonna be a little bit more helpful. But I'm not sure exactly whether I'm gonna put it in the same spot or not. But regardless, I'm going to take some of this old soil and loosen up the roots. And I think that might be a little bit helpful for this wax ivy. I don't want to really ruin the roots. I'm just trying to lightly loosen them up. But if I do actually ruin a root here or there, it's not going to be the end of this ivy. So I'm going to go ahead, put it in the new nursery pots. Wow, the soil is so dry. It's kind of crazy. Alright, then give it some new soil on top. Dress it up a little bit. And at this point right now, I'm gonna go ahead and give this ivy a good drink of water. Probably really water thoroughly compared to some of my other plants. And then hopefully now it is going to be able to retain some of the moisture. Alright guys, I'm going to go ahead and conclude the video there. I hope you found it helpful in some way, shape, or form. But my wax ivy is still chilling in the sink. I'm going to let it chill there for a little bit. And I think from now on, I'm going to probably bottom water it instead of top watering it. And I think that will be just beneficial for that plant specifically, especially if I want it to continue to kind of grow along the wall. I always find it fascinating when people have like 500 plants or even like 100, 200 plants, and they have all these plants trailing on the walls. I always wonder how they actually keep track of all of them and be able to control pests and all the watering and maintenance that needs to be done. I applaud you if you are one of those people, because that is absolutely amazing. But yeah, I'm so glad I was able to finally get that plant down and take care of it. I'm now debating whether I want to put it in the same spot or put it in another spot where I'm able to actually be a little bit at an eye level with it and take care of it more properly. But either way, I chopped off some of its leaves. It wasn't too bad, but some of the leaves just had either holes or markings that just didn't really look nice, so I decided to chop quite a few leaves off. But yeah, that's going to be the video for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and leave me a suggestion in the comments as to what you'd like to see next, or simply just say hi. And that is it for today. Bye guys!